Next on Worcester News tonight, the Auburn Police Department is raising money fast for a good cause. Plus, the temperatures are dropping and Wachusett Mountain is preparing for ski season with freshly made snow. But first, we begin with the head of the Massachusetts State Police retiring. Good evening, I'm Anna Botari. Superintendent Richard McKeon is stepping away from his position. The move comes amidst accusations he made a trooper alter a police report involving the arrest of a Worcester County judge's daughter. Colonel Richard McKeon sent out a letter of resignation just before 5 o'clock this evening, after days of questions involving his role in the altering of a report. Earlier this week, a trooper sued the state police, saying he was pressured to change an arrest report related to the October arrest of the daughter of the judge. Then late this afternoon, we learned a second trooper is also suing. She's alleging she was ordered to shred a log related to the same arrest report. In his letter of resignation, McKeon talked about his 35 years of service with state police, saying in part of our code of honor is understanding when your own personal ambition detracts from the greater good of our mission. I have today decided that putting the greater good of the Massachusetts State Police first necessitates my decision to retire after 35 years of proud service. Switching gears, one Worcester veteran is honoring his brothers who fought for this country in a very special way this Veterans Day. Leo Quinn served in the Korean War, while his three brothers, John, Richard, and Donald, served in World War II. The plaque reads, "When their country called, the Quinn Boys answered." Quinn came up with the idea after seeing the monuments on street corners in Worcester and decided to build his own. He says it's important to take time to remember the true meaning behind Veterans Day.
Well, people who do something for their country, not for themselves or whatever. This is the United States, and we were proud to serve, and we did.
When asking Quinn what Veterans Day means to him, he simply pointed to the plaque. Another local veteran we caught up with today shares his experiences in the armed services in hopes to inspire future generations. Bruce Mendelson was a lieutenant who served as an infantry officer in the Army, stationed in both Korea and Germany in the early 90s. He says his time in the service changed him as a person, and to him, every day is Veterans Day.
Some of my colleagues who are no longer with us because they were killed in combat, I do that every day. So it's nice to have Veterans Day. It's like Memorial Day. It's not like I'm going to go have a picnic. I remember these men and women every day.
Well, Worcester will celebrate the men and women who serve and continue to serve our country with its annual free Veterans Day pancake breakfast Saturday at Veterans Inc. It will be followed by the Veterans Day Parade. The breakfast will begin at 8 a.m. and run until 11 a.m. The parade begins at 11, passing by Veterans Inc. Organizers say it's a great day to thank a local veteran.
It's to honor veterans. It gives people a chance to thank a veteran. We consider veterans very important and in need of to be honored every day, but tomorrow will be extra special.
In years past, hundreds have attended the parade and the breakfast. The Auburn Police Department is making big progress raising money in honor of No Shave November. Just 10 days into the month and the department has already raised $1,400. The initiative runs through the end of November, during which participants forego shaving to raise cancer awareness. No Shave November's mission is to not only raise funds for cancer research and treatment, but to educate people about preventative measures. The campaign, which has run for more than 6 years worldwide, has successfully raised more than $3.5 million to combat this disease. For the second year in a row, a group of Worcester religious leaders is helping the homeless. The group created Hotel Grace in an effort to give people a place to sleep when the temperatures drop. According to the National Weather Service, Worcester is expected to see temperatures in the teens tonight with a wind chill in the single digits. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
Rooms inside St. John's Church in Worcester transforms to a safe and warm place for the homeless. This video from last year gives an inside look at the shelter.
Our particular desire is that no one dies because it's cold.
Thursday night, a group of religious leaders opened what they call Hotel Grace at the church. It serves as an overflow shelter for the homeless when it's cold. And with temperatures expected to be in the 20s Friday night, it will open again.
It was an experience of grace for all of our guests.
They can have a place that at least they can, feel free and comfortable and trust. Right? They can trust to come in here and be loved and keep them warm.
The shelter has 50 beds and serves meals to people in need. Volunteers are also there to help the homeless find services.
Once they are in a safe place, we can create a relationship that gives them confidence that they can then engage the system that has been established in the community to help them find more permanent housing options.
One of the leaders, Richard Gonzalez, was homeless and struggled with addiction for 26 years. Now he wants to make sure no one experiences what he did.
I know that what can happen if a place like this wouldn't be. One of them is remaining the hopelessness status of the you don't see a way out.
Hotel Grace was founded in 2016. Within its first year, it was open for 45 nights and served about 50 people each night. Gonzalez says this winter they are hoping to reach even more people.
It's not just about housing people. It's about bringing love and hope so that their life can be transformed.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Harvard Pilgrim healthcare employees spent the morning at St. John's Food for the Poor program, helping serve breakfast. It's part of an ongoing partnership the Healthcare Foundation has with St. John's. Employees were able to work hands-on, serving breakfast to the hundreds of people coming in for a warm meal. While there, Harvard Pilgrim also donated nearly 1,000 pairs of warm winter socks to families in need.
You're out in the cold, your feet can sweat, your feet get wet, and that can make you not healthy and sick and whatnot. Or if it's snowing or raining out, think about it. You're walking around all day, your feet are going to be the first thing that get wet.
Community service days are part of Harvard Pilgrim's corporate commitment to the state. Dust off the skis and snowboards, Wachusett Mountain started making its snow today. The mountain shared this video on Twitter showing almost all of the snowmakers going off this morning. According to the Wachusett website, they're set to open this Sunday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They do note there will be no lessons available on Sunday. A sweeping health care reform bill is moving closer to becoming law in Massachusetts after passing the Senate last night. The bill looks to lower costs for the state's health care system. It also seeks to curb the cost of prescription drugs, reduce hospital readmissions, and emergency room visits. But Governor Charlie Baker is questioning whether such a wide-ranging health care bill would save the state any money. The legislation now heads to the House. Comedian and Newton native Louis C.K. releasing a statement this afternoon saying the sexual misconduct allegations against him are true. In a New York Times article yesterday, 5 women claimed the Newton native performed sex acts in front of them. In his statement, Louis C.K. said, quote, "I've been remorseful of my actions and I've tried to learn from them and run from them. Now I'm aware of the extent of the impact of my actions." The fallout from C.K. continues. HBO has cut the comedian from Nights of Too Many Stars. Now the network says his past projects will no longer be available from its on-demand services. Also tonight, Olympic gold medalist and Needham native Aly Raisman is coming forward with new allegations of sexual abuse against former U.S. Olympics team doctor Larry Nassar. Nassar is already in jail, waiting on sentencing on federal child porn charges. Desiree Wiley has the latest on these new allegations.
I'm angry. I'm really upset.
Needham native and 3-time Olympic gold medal winning gymnast Aly Raisman is speaking out. In an interview set to air on 60 Minutes this Sunday, Raisman says she was sexually abused by Dr. Larry Nassar. Raisman hopes by telling her story in her new book titled Fierce, she'll prevent this from happening to others.
When I see these young girls that come up to me and they ask for pictures or autographs, whatever it is, I can't, every time I look at them, every time I see them smiling, I just think, I just want to create change so that they never ever have to go through this.
Nassar spent more than 20 years working with the U.S. women's national gymnastics team. He's now awaiting sentencing after pleading guilty to federal child pornography charges.
What did USA Gymnastics do and Larry Nassar do to manipulate these girls so much that they are so afraid to speak up?
People in her hometown are glad she's found the courage to speak up.
I'm actually happy that it's come to light because it's probably been going on for a long time just throughout human history, and things like this just need to stop.
Many of the former athletes Nassar worked with now have civil sexual assault lawsuits filed against him. Just last month, Raisman tweeted this picture in support of her fellow Fierce 5 Olympic teammate Michaela Maroney, who revealed her alleged abuse by Nassar.
Why are we looking at why didn't the girl speak up? Why not look at what about the culture?
Parents here at Raisman's training facility in Burlington didn't want to speak to us on camera, but they say that they were shocked to learn of her story. In Burlington, Desiree Wiley, Worcester News Tonight.